Oh, what
The
is
Sega.
Sega up to, man? What
Yeah.
is Sega
Yeah.
up to? Let's talk about that real quick. So Sega,
Sega.
yo, Sega posted something like that seems to be
Sega.
Sega. It seems to be going under the radar right now. I mean, I don't know how this is not blowing up because it's kind of
Well, it's because of the Sony thing. Like,
okay. It's because okay. So this guy from Sega. This is from express.co.uk. Uh, Dion Dasanaki. I think I probably did not say that right. I'll put the link in the
probably butchered the shit out of that.
yeah. I'll put the link in the comment or whatever in the description. Okay, so listen, dude. Listen, this was oh god. I'm definitely gonna ruin this name. Nishikawa-san. Nishikawa-san.
Come on.
This is from an article in the June 4th issue of, it'll appear in the June 4th issue of Famitsu. Okay, he said that the news will rile up the games industry and that it is an exclusive scoop about a game company that everyone loves. The journalist later reportedly confirmed that the incoming announcement was released to Sega. All right? And then he says, in my column next week, in the next week issue of Famitsu is crazy. I got a huge scoop. It's a world premiere article. It gets better, Stephen. An exclusive. It may not be whatever this whatever. Let's just skip to it. Let's get to it, dude. Let's skip to the good part. It's a scoop from a game company that everyone loves. It's an insane scoop. Last year, Wire got the exclusive story on the PlayStation 5, right? Other media didn't. It's that level of scoop. I interviewed a certain company's executive and technical staff. It's really revolutionary. Really, it's a revolution. Steven,
Whoa.
these are words that get you hype. Listen as we continue. Okay, it is a scoop as major as the PlayStation 5 scoop. I just want to say that in advance. Okay? I can't say anything more here, but it's okay for me to tease it. Laughs. And then finally, the last one, it'll rile up the games industry. All of that was quoting this guy on the link in the description below. His name is Nishikawa. Steven. Did all that hype tire you out?
Yeah, sorry.
It's all right.
It can't be a console. It cannot. There's no way it's a Sega console.
What? It's no way.
No way, dude.
No way it's hardware. I think this guy is just really trying to bring attention to his article.
Now, what it could be is a handheld deal.
Competing with Switch, because Switch is kind of in its league of its own, kind of owning that market.
Well, I think it might be more like a 3DS type handheld, because the Switch is, it goes both ways. Like,
yeah,
it's a Switch.
Mm-hmm.
You can be a console.
It could be handheld. It's for me. The Switch is a handheld that can dock. That's me. I consider the Switch a portable generation. I don't even put it in the console generation.
Because Nintendo is always late to the technology party, anyways, for the most part. Like, a lot of the stuff on there, the way their Switch is like set up is pretty antiquated. And I think that's part of the reason I don't really like them, because I like companies that kind of push the limits on technology when they come out.
Mm-hmm.
I don't like playing stuff that's like old technology.
I mean, the Switches, they're always trying to innovate, I guess, rather than just enhance the console.
Lead the way.
Yeah, they're doing their thing, and I honestly think they're in their own category, which kind of makes it seem like, hey, there's no competition really until Alienware does this thing that they revealed at one of these tech shows. Did you ever see that? The Alienware portable device that looks just like a Switch?
Just like a Switch, yeah.
Yeah.
But it's way
So
more powerful.
yeah. So unless if that is going to compete, will Sega do that? I mean, will we see Nintendo versus Sega again? That would be insane.
I think Sega might. I just literally thought about that. I'm like, I think Sega might try to do a handheld.
That would be so
And
crazy if we got Nintendo
and
versus
if you
Sega
think
again.
about it, there's like they only have one form of competition. Now, in order to do that to make it work, they would literally have to take all the Sega games
Off
and
of
just
other
make them for
consoles.
that now. I
Yeah.
mean, of course you have the ones that are already made, but like from here on out, like everything would just be made for that. And I was a big Sega mark when I was growing up. I like Sega better than Nintendo, which might be why I like Microsoft better than Sony. I don't know, but whatever.
Right.
I always like Sega. Like I was a big Sonic kid. Me and my brother would play Sonic, and I would be Sonic, he'd be Tails, because of course I'm the older brother.
Yeah. I
Uh,
was Tails.
yeah, I always like Sega because she's a bitch.
That would be interesting. Okay, so that's a hardware thing, but it just for me every time I think about Sega
I
releasing hardware, it's just kind of like too ambitious for Sega.
I love the Dreamcast. Like I stayed in my room for 17 days when it failed. But no, I did really like the Dreamcast. That honestly is one in my top 5 controllers of all time.
Yeah, I mean, I brought that as an honorable mention. I loved how like the controllers, like the triggers, lined up right with the buttons. It felt comfortable.
Yeah.
But yeah, that is it's just so weird to speculate of what there is something that is interesting. It's rumored for June 4th.
I think
So
that'd be a bad well, depending on how big the announcement really is, I feel like that'd be a bad move.
is it a combination announcement? Do we see Sega at PlayStation it's announcing some kind of exclusivity thing? Like hey, we're now part of PlayStation's umbrella. Like I mean, I don't like that
Well,
would be big, rile up the
I
industry, I
saw
guess.
something about well, there was a time where I saw an article about Microsoft potentially buying Sega.
Yeah, I've seen these things. So are they up for bid or something? What's going on? And then plus, like, is PlayStation going to be? Would they be willing to let their games still be on the Switch because they make money on the Switch? Which is also
Hmm.
another reason why they probably would want to put a portable console out there to compete, right? I don't know, man. Like that's
Because there is
no.
no real
What
competition.
happens to Mario and Sonic at the Winter Olympics, Steven? Or at the Olympics? We're going to lose that if they do a competition. You know,
They'll have to get over it.
we would lose that. Would it be a collaboration with Nintendo? I think I was talking to one of my friends,
Mm.
Steve Robeson, and he said, "What if it was that Dream Mario and Sonic game that we never got, rather not the Olympic stuff, but what if it's like here's a merge of Sonic and Mario gameplay?" I
They
mean,
play two totally different
they
styles
do.
though,
It's
because
yeah, it's weird.
like Sonic's literally like blazing fast through the thing, and Mario's this fat little plumber that
It sounds like a Nintendo gimmick to me. Here, Mario's new power up is Sonic shoes, and then like Sonic puts on Mario's hat
oh
and grows a
right,
mustache.
yeah, and starts fixing all your plumbing.
Yeah, right. That sounds like a gimmick they would do. That'd be interesting. I don't know, but would that rile the industry? Would that rile up the
No,
industry?
I don't think it would rile.
I'm so.
Oh God,
This is one of those things that have me so like. I'm probably going.
or
June 4th is going to come around, and I'm just going to be like, really, like. So
or this
this
dude's just blowing a bunch of smoke up our ass, and
he's
it's literally
trying to get
it's
people
like a new
to tune or to
there's
buy
like
the
a new
issue.
Sonic game coming out for everything.
Right. I mean, Sonic was supposed to have big announcements every month. They announced at the beginning of the year, and then the whole quarantine or the COVID thing happened, and like we haven't gotten the Sonic updates. And they were like, "Hey, just stay
Dude,
tuned. We got a big one."
there's so many dormant Sega franchises that I would love to see like brought back.
Mm-hmm.
Like maybe someone bought them. Like, I don't know.
Yeah, if there's been rumors that like, hey, Microsoft could be buying Sega, and now it's like, is PlayStation buying Sega? Like, what is going on? Is Sega up for sale? Like, are they hurting? And like, if
They were hurting
Microsoft
for a while.
can put on their Xbox Game Studios, if they can have Sega listed, that's kind of a pretty big deal.
That is a pretty solid deal because the back catalog of Sega franchises are like they're really really solid titles
Mm-hmm.
that I grew up playing in my childhood. Like, I mean, they just did a Streets of Rage 4, so
Yeah.
like there's more in the pipeline than just that.
And PlayStation, or not PlayStation, but Xbox and Nintendo play nice. So Sega could be like, as long as we can still get some games on the Switch, and then like, yeah, sure, why not?
Well, you think about it,
We got
Minecraft
Cuphead.
still comes out on
Yeah,
everything.
we got Cuphead, Ori. They're all on Switch. Come on over.
Yeah,
I don't know.
why not, right?
That could be interesting if that's the case, then PlayStation does their big reveal, and then would it get overshadowed though? Like if hey, we're part of Xbox now, and they're like, okay, cool, whatever, you know.
Yeah,
Or,
I feel like that's a stupid way to do anything.
yeah, that's what it says
Announce anything.
in the article. It did say inbound for June
Unless you're
4th.
announcing it at
The,
the PlayStation conference.
that's where I'm leaning towards. If it's going to be on the same day as the PlayStation conference, it just seems like that's the case. You know what I mean? So, anyways, man, I want to kind of like I'm putting this out there. Hopefully, that people have clicked into this video because I really want to know what they think before June 4th. Like, fire off in the comments like what you think is what Sega's
Yeah,
going to